Join me as I dive into 5 creepy urban legends that are so spine-chilling, I dare you to keep the lights off while I share them. Urban legends have a way of sending chills down our spines, don't they? They tap into our deepest fears, making us question what's real and what's just a product of our imagination. And that's exactly what makes them so fascinating. Whether it's a creepy old mansion, a haunted woods, or a mysterious figure lurking in the shadows, urban legends have a way of captivating our attention like no other type of story can. One of the reasons we're so drawn to urban legends is because they often feel like they could be true. They're told in hushed whispers, passed down through generations, and often rooted in some sort of historical event or cultural phenomenon. They tap into our desire to believe in something more, something beyond the mundane routines of our daily lives. And let's be honest, they're just plain fun to scare ourselves with. But what makes urban legends so effective at scaring us is the way they tap into our collective psyche. They exploit our deepest fears, from the fear of death to the fear of the unknown. They make us question what's real and what's just our imagination running wild. And often, they leave us with more questions than answers, which can be the most terrifying thing of all. Urban legends also have a way of reflecting the societal fears and anxieties of their time. They're a way of processing and dealing with the trauma and uncertainty of our world. So, whether it's a legend about a haunted asylum or a creepy hitchhiker, they all have something to say about the world we live in and the fears that haunt us. Okay, enough about the psychology behind urban legends. Let's get to the good stuff, the legends themselves. I've got 5 creepy urban legends that are sure to keep you up at night. From the cursed videotape of The Ring to the vengeful spirit of La Llorona, these legends are sure to send chills down your spine. The first urban legend I want to share with you is the legend of the Slender Man. This is a legend that's been around for a while, but it's still sending shivers down people's spines today. According to the legend, the Slender Man is a tall, impossibly thin figure with a blank face and a suit that's just a little too big for him. He's said to stalk and terrorize children, often in forests and wooded areas. The scariest part of this legend is that it's almost entirely generated by internet users, which makes it feel all the more real. The second urban legend is that of the vanishing hitchhiker. This is a classic legend that's been around for decades, but it still sends chills down my spine every time I hear it. According to the legend, a driver picks up a hitchhiker on a dark and lonely road. But when they arrive at their destination, the hitchhiker has vanished into thin air. The scariest part of this legend is the way it taps into our fear of being alone and vulnerable on the road. The third urban legend I want to share with you is that of Bloody Mary. This is a legend that's been around for centuries, and it's still a staple of sleepovers and Halloween parties today. According to the legend, if you say Bloody Mary 3 times in front of a mirror, a vengeful spirit will appear and haunt you for eternity. The scariest part of this legend is the way it taps into our fear of the supernatural and the unknown. The fourth urban legend is that of the Rake. This is a relatively new legend, but it's already become a classic of internet horror. According to the legend, the Rake is a humanoid figure with a long, curved beak and a fondness for terrorizing humans. The scariest part of this legend is the way it taps into our fear of being stalked and hunted by something that doesn't care about human life. The fifth and final urban legend I want to share with you is that of the Dyatlov Pass incident. This is a legend that's based on a true event, which makes it all the more terrifying. According to the legend, 9 hikers ventured into the Ural Mountains in 1959, only to be found dead weeks later with strange and unexplained injuries. The scariest part of this legend is the way it taps into our fear of the unknown and the unexplained. But of all these urban legends, there's one that stands out as particularly terrifying to me: the legend of the Slender Man. There's something about the way he's described as impossibly tall and thin, with a blank face and a suit that's just a little too big for him. It's the way he's said to stalk and terrorize children, often in forests and wooded areas. And it's the way he seems to embody our deepest fears of being alone and vulnerable in the dark. The legend of the Slender Man is particularly terrifying because it taps into our fear of the unknown and the unexplained. It makes us question what's real and what's just our imagination running wild. And it leaves us with more questions than answers, which can be the most terrifying thing of all. Urban legends like these 5 have a way of sticking with us long after the lights have gone out and the campfire has died down. They tap into our deepest fears and anxieties, making us question what's real and what's just our imagination running wild. And they leave us with a lasting sense of unease, a sense that the world is not always as it seems. So, which of these urban legends got to you the most? Do you have a favorite urban legend that you'd like to share with us? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more spine-chilling content, be sure to check out our other videos on urban legends and creepy mysteries.